Do you ever feel like you're just floating through life, but not actually getting closer to the person that you want to be? It usually happens around New Year's. You imagine all the bad habits you're going to break free from, and all the good habits you will begin. This time it will be different, you say to yourself. This time I am going to do the things that I say I will, only to end up back where you began shortly after and no closer to what you had envisaged. So, the question is, how do you break free from bad habits and make the habits you desire easier and automatic? Atomic Habits by James Clear answers all these questions. We are going to be doing a detailed visual summary of this book and dive deep into topics like habit loops, dopamine spikes, priming your environment, plus heaps more. And make sure to stick around until the end of the video, where we tie everything together from the video and I go step by step through how I've personally been using this book with my own habits and how you can start applying it to your own habits. Let's jump into it. Imagine a plane taking off and traveling from New York to Los Angeles. Just before takeoff, you adjust the plane just slightly by 3 degrees or around 80 inches. If you kept flying in a straight line, you would end up closer to Tijuana in Mexico than in your intended destination of Los Angeles. The same goes for our habits. Tiny changes in our habits can change the trajectory of our lives in ways that we can't even notice until many years into the future looking back. In both good ways and bad, you are your habits. Power of atomic habits. A slight change in your daily habits can guide your life to a very different destination. Massive action versus 1% improvements. Far too often, we convince ourselves that massive success is only possible through massive action in any goal we are pursuing. We expect ourselves to make some quantum leap or momentous improvement that will gain others' attention. However, it is the tiny improvements that aren't even noticeable at first that create incredible change. Let's look deeper into the math. 1% better every day for a year will compound to nearly 38 times better. 1% worse every day for over a year will bring you close to zero. Your habits can compound against you in the form of things like stress or negative self-talk, or they can compound for you in the form of things like knowledge, productivity, skills, and relationships. Success is the product of daily habits, not once in a lifetime transformations. The habit loop. A habit is when something has been repeated enough times that it becomes automatic. Ultimately, we want our habits to solve problems in our lives with the least amount of effort. A habit is formed and reinforced by means of a continuous feedback loop.
A habit is formed and reinforced by means of a continuous feedback loop. Cue, craving, response, reward. The key to creating habits that stick is to create feedback loops that are continuously being improved. Cue, phone buzz, craving, want to know who messaged. Response, pick up phone. Reward, solve the problem of who messaged. Cue, mind goes blank at work. Craving, want to alleviate the frustration. Response, check social media. Reward, satisfied the need to feel less frustrated. Over time, rewards become associated with cues. So in this example, checking social media becomes tied to your mind going blank at work. And then checking Facebook may be the cue to check Instagram, which becomes the cue to check YouTube. And before you know it, your mind going blank cue has led to 20 minutes of wasted time. And the more you repeat these habit loops, the stronger and more automatic they become. Cues can really be anything: a smell, a sound, a sight, a person, a location, etc. Try to think of any cues in your daily life that are initiating your good or bad habit loops. So how can we influence the habit loop to work for us? This book shows us the 4 laws that will guide us to do just that. Law 1. Make it obvious most of your current habits are so automatic that you don't even realize them. You must first become aware of your habits before you can change them. You can achieve that with your habit scorecard. Write down all your daily behaviors on a habit scorecard, from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to bed. Your scorecard may look something like this. Based on whether it helps you become the person you aspire to be, categorize each habit as positive, plus, negative minus, or neutral equals. What you need is a time and a place. The most common cues, time and location, will help you achieve your goals. Clearly state your intention to act using the following formula. I will behavior at time in this location. Here is a good example. I will read a book for 15 minutes daily at 6 a.m. in the spare bedroom. Another good way to get a habit started is by habit stacking. To stack habits, tie a desired habit to an existing habit according to the following formula. After current habit, I will new habit. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will stretch for 5 minutes, then plan the rest of your day before checking social media. We are more influenced by our environment than our willpower or motivation. It's hard to stick to positive habits in a negative environment. Environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. Creating a habit requires you to redesign the space around you. If you want to drink more water, make the cues visible and obvious. For example, place water bottles around the house in places you are likely to see them. Want to read more? Place the book somewhere you will see it. If you want to get better on the guitar, don't leave it out of sight in a closet. Law 2, make it attractive. Temptation bundling. Temptation bundling is combine something you want to do with something you need to do. If you want to stick to a habit, make it irresistible. Pair it with something you already enjoy, make it fun, and design your environment to make the habit appealing. The more attractive a habit feels, the more your brain will crave it. For example, want to build a gym habit? Stack it with something enjoyable. Only allow yourself to listen to your favorite podcast while working out. Want to read more books? Only allow yourself to sip your favorite coffee or snack when you're reading. Now your brain starts associating reading with pleasure. Habit equals reinforced. Rule 3, make it easy. Make the habit so simple and convenient that it becomes effortless to start. For example, your goal, start reading daily. Make it easy with keep your book on your pillow. Commit to reading just 1 page each night before bed. Rule 4, make it satisfying. To make a habit stick, you need to feel good immediately after doing it. Our brains repeat behaviors that feel rewarding. For example, build a studying habit. Your goal, study consistently every day. Make it satisfying with after each study session, reward yourself with something enjoyable, like 10 minutes of a favorite show, a snack, or a short break doing something fun. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more book breakdowns, and drop a comment with your thoughts or suggestions for the next read.